Hello guys, it's Dan here and welcome back for another video. So you may have watched my previous videos and seen all the consoles I have in my collection. But as a few of you might have noticed, there is one console which is missing, but no longer. This past week I've added the Nintendo Switch into my gaming console collection. But the main question is, why have I waited this long? And the main question of this video is why I bought a Switch in 2021. To start the video, we'll talk about the history of the Nintendo Switch. So it was released on March 3rd, 2017, and it was a follow-up to Nintendo's Wii U console. The Switch already has sold over 80 million consoles, which is a lot of consoles considering the Wii U only sold about 13 million units. Looking back at the Wii U console, you can tell how they have used a lot of the knowledge they learned from the Wii U to put into the Switch. Even look at the gamepad, essentially it is very similar to the Switch console we all know and love today. The main difference though, as we all know, is the Switch is actually fully portable. You could take this away from the console, but you always had to be in range of the main unit to use it, so it's never really truly a portable console. That portability brings us on to my first point of why I bought a Switch in 2021. This is one of the only home consoles you can play wherever you go. You literally slide the Joy-Cons in and you can play it on the go with your friends or travelling about. And then as soon as you come home, you can plug it straight back into the dock and you can be playing on your widescreen TV in just a few seconds. This portability is a real plus point for the Switch and a reason I chose the Switch rather than the Switch Lite. As you can see here, it's super easy to set up the Switch to play wherever you want. Just unplug the two controllers from the side of the console, put the little kickstand flat on the table and you can play to your heart's content wherever you are, playing all the games you enjoy at home on the go. This portability brings me on to the next point of our video. The new Switch model has a much better battery life than the original Switch. So the original Switch lasts between 2.5 to 4.5 hours, where the new Switch can last anything from 5 to 9 hours. So you can see if you're on the go all day, it's a lot better to have the newer model. Another important factor to consider with the Nintendo Switch is its accessibility. If you have friends or family you wish to play games with, these games are a lot more accessible to the casual gamer. A lot of the games such as Mario or even Mario Kart, Mario Party to name a few, are a lot easier, using a lot less buttons. With a simpler controller, it's a lot easier for the casual game to jump in and have fun with everyone. The next thing I want to talk about is the price. So as we know, Nintendo consoles are always quite expensive, but they do also always keep their value. So when the Switch was released, it was released for $279.99 back in 2017. I've been keeping my eye out for ages trying to pick up a cheaper Switch. I know we do have the Switch Lite now, which is only £199.99p. It's also the lesser of the two models. Not being able to plug it into the TV really is a point for me against it. I've been watching the Switch on Black Fridays, on sales, and the price never seems to go down. Over 4 years the price hasn't really changed, so I was waiting for that price drop, but it seems like at this point at the moment it's not coming. The issue of price for the console also extends to the games. Nintendo games, as we know as collectors, very rarely drop in value. Even games from years ago will keep the same price they had then, so they're a really good investment opportunity. This is a problem though when you're trying to add games to your collection. As you know, you're probably going to have to pay at least the recommended retail price, or for older games above. As you may or may not know, Nintendo Switch games do come on cartridges. So they've ditched the disc-based format which they use for the Wii U and the Wii. So one advantage of these cartridges is they will last a lot longer. CDs will slowly degrade over time, as well as DVDs and Blu-rays, and also cartridges will load your games a lot quicker. So let's talk about those games. The one thing is, with any console, if there's no games, no one's going to be interested. So the thing is with the Switch, this is the only place you're going to get the Nintendo first party games. Loads of consoles have their exclusives, but the Switch is the only place to get the Nintendo exclusives, such as Mario, which we all know and love and can't really do without. For me, on any Nintendo console, Mario Kart will always be a massive selling point. It is a game which has changed over the years and has just got better and better in my opinion. I've been playing since the N64 days, and for my money, I think that the Switch version may be my favourite version up until this point. Speaking of Mario, and another Mario game for the Switch, but the first time I've played a Paper Mario game. I've got this with my Switch console and I've got to admit, I'm really digging this game at the moment. It is a very strange game, but I'm really enjoying the art style and the story. It is really a step forward in the Mario Galaxy for me. Very different, but well worth checking out. Which is also really good for going back and playing classic Mario games you may have not played before or wish to revisit. So recently I bought the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection. As you may or may not know, this is a collection which has Mario 64, Mario Sunshine and Super Mario Galaxy. So of course I have played Mario 64 back in the day, but it's really good to revisit this game. Super Mario Sunshine is a game I do own on the GameCube, but it's nice to be able to have it on the Switch, both to be able to play it in HD on a bigger TV and also to be able to play it on the go whenever I like. Really looking to check this one out as I never really gave it the time back in the day. The final game in this collection is Super Mario Galaxy, which came out on the Wii. I've actually been enjoying this one in multiplayer with my wife, and it's really nice to be able to play this classic once again. So this collection is limited and will be coming off sale on the 31st of March. So if you're looking to pick it up, it's worth picking it up now, as I think in the future it's going to be one of those games where the value is just going to go up and up and it's going to get harder and harder to pick up. On the topic of Mario and limited edition, we have Mario 35. So this is a battle royale based on the original Mario game to celebrate 35 years of the Little Red Plumber. So this is a battle royale game which is included if you have Nintendo Switch Online. As you can see, I've tried this quite a little bit, but I'm pretty rubbish at this game. But this as well is available to the 31st of March. So if you want to jump in and try it soon, because it won't be hanging around forever. Let's talk about the Switch Online. I think this is one of the areas where Nintendo has really improved. The Wii Online was a little bit clunky and the Wii U was also very clunky, making it quite hard to play with your friends. So as of now, there is a subscription cost to joining Nintendo Switch Online, which is $17.99 a year, which isn't actually that bad when you compare it to like Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. But what do you get for that money? Well, you get a few free games, so let's have a look what you get. With Nintendo Switch Online, obviously you can play all your games online with your friends, but you can also play Super Mario Bros. 35 free of charge, as well as Tetris 99. But the main place this really shines is in its emulation for both the SNES and the NES console. So this is a really fantastic way to go back and play some of the classic Nintendo games. You get a massive selection of games for both the NES and the SNES. Just imagine how much you would have to pay to play these on their native systems. It's really handy as well because you can just put this in, start up a game and you're away to go back and play any of the classic games included in your membership. It's really good considering if you consider some of the other consoles will probably charge you per game. You get all of these included with your membership. As we all know, the Nintendo Switch has a massive back catalogue of games already. It's been out for quite a few years, so there's a lot of games to add to your collection slowly over time. But one of the main things with the Switch this year is it actually has new games coming out for it. I'm looking at you, Xbox One, Series X and PS5. Where are the games coming out for this console? If you look at the Switch, there is so many good games coming out this year. You've got No More Heroes 3, Mario Golf, new Pokemon games. There is a lot of first-party games coming out very soon, while the other consoles were still looking for that new game that really makes you want to buy that console. Guys, at the end of the day, games are the reasons we all buy consoles. It's really good to have a nice back catalogue of games to pick from, but I don't know if you're like me, I like to look forward to new games that are coming out. And with the new Xbox and the PS5, I can't really say there's a game at the moment that I'm desperate to play day one. But the Switch just seems to have some really exciting new games coming out this year, and I can't wait to jump in and try them all out. This does bring me on to one negative thing though I do have to say about the Switch. If you at any point owned a Wii U, there is going to be a lot of games that have been re-released that you would have already bought and played, such as Super Mario Bros. U, which was re-released on the Switch. Captain Toad Treasure Hunter, which was re-released on the Switch. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which to be fair did come out on the Wii U the same day it came out on release of the Switch. Mario Kart 8, which is very, very similar to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, except at least now you don't have to pay for that DLC. Donkey Kong was also released again on the Switch. Same as Xenoblade Chronicles, Pokemon Tournament, and Super Mario 3D World, which was literally just released with its add-on added in. This is fantastic if you did not own a Wii U, as these games are must-plays and I'm really glad people are getting to try them out. But if you've bought them already, I don't really see the point in buying them again for the Switch. This is one advantage I do see of the new PlayStation and Xbox. They have that backwards compatibility, and a lot of the games will look better on the newer systems. It's just a shame you can't do this with the Switch, but I think it'd be quite difficult fitting one of these discs inside the Switch. One thing that you will find with the Nintendo Switch though is Nintendo do have really good quality control. All of their first party games will come out working perfectly without the need of patches or updates. They're also quite good, they don't put too much DLC in their games, which a lot of developers are quite bad for. One problem with the Switch is the fact that third-party developers do not make games as much for the Switch as they do for the Xbox and the PlayStation. We're looking at some of the bigger names such as the Call of Duties and the FIFAs, which are normally slightly different on the Switch, or some games on the Switch don't have very good ports, such as WWE 2K20, which might have been a bad game on the consoles, but when you looked at the Switch version it was even worse. Same as games such as The Outer Worlds, which was really good on the PlayStation 4 but did struggle with the hardware of the Switch. The Switch may be a console which doesn't have quite as much power, but I think a decent developer knows how to use that power to its full potential. One real improvement Nintendo have brought in with the Nintendo Switch is their quality control. The Wii was absolutely full of shovelware, so it's good to see they're putting a lot less games out but a much higher quality of game. It's really good to see companies such as Limited Run as well releasing physical games on the Switch. This is the only one I've got in a minute, and that's Star Wars Pod Racer for the Switch. I have a few more ordered, I'm really looking forward to them coming. I think at the moment for Limited Run my console of choice is going to be the Switch. Okay guys, that just about wraps up this week's video. So I am really pleased to add the Switch to my ever-growing games console collection. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't bought a Switch yet, it's giving you some food for thought on whether you'd like to add the Switch to your collection. So let me know in the comments below, do you already own a Switch, or are you looking to get a Switch this year? If you own a Switch, what games are you looking forward to playing in the future? Also, let me know what Switch games I should add to my collection. I know there is tons of games I need to add to my collection. I can't wait to see how quick it grows. But for now, remember to like and subscribe this video. Follow me on Facebook at DanTheGamesMan, on Instagram at DanTheGamesMan, and as always, keep playing the game.